So there has been a lot of talk very recently about how Boris Johnson is doing wonderful on sanctions when he really, really isn't. The EU has gone a lot further and a lot faster than us. Indeed, we have been completely slow off the mark and not doing many things that are indeed almost obvious, from sanctioning oligarchs to at least, putting a ban on certain trades. And here is one interesting thing, because the Conservatives, if they were clever about it, and trust me, there isn't a clever Conservative in the lot of them at the moment, so there is no way this is going to happen. This could be sold as somewhat of a Brexit win if they were clever about it, because currently we are importing £200 million worth of cod and haddock from Russia. £200 million worth. And yet, if you were to stop this, then this would allow not only the fishermen, especially the northern fishermen, who, again, apparently the Conservatives and the Brexiteers care about so much, to go out and be able to capture more fish. And not really, not really at all, because first of all, they would have to reopen the very, very botched Norway negotiations, which we talked about again almost 2 years ago now, how badly botched those were, to the fact that our fishermen got basically cut out of those waters where most of the haddock and cod is caught from the UK. But also to open with Iceland and Greenland as well, to hopefully go out and fish there more. So you'd think this would be an easy win. Not only do you cut off another source of money for Russia, putting more pressure on them economically, but also you help those fishermen who, again, you apparently really, really care about, but have said nothing or done absolutely nothing to even help or aid during Brexit. Or shall we say, since Brexit. But of course, they're never really going to do that. So let's go diving into this Yorkshire Post article to find out more about this and what's going on here. But before we do that, please do remember to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page and a one-off donation link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can, buy me coffee. And as always, thank you very much to all those people who do support the channel that way. So let's get on with this. Like I said, this comes from the Yorkshire Post with the title of "Stop Importing £200 Million worth of cod and haddock from Russia," says former army officer and the UK fisheries boss. Sir Barney White Spunner, the retired British Army officer and chairperson of the advisory board for UK fisheries, which operates a trawler, and says that money currently is going to Russia, should be kept here at home, benefiting jobs and investment in the northeast, not Putin's Tsarist ambitions. The whole trawler has currently had to cut crew numbers in the past 2 years to reflect the plummeting quotas, as a result of the very unfavourable deals struck by the UK government operating as an independent coastal state. Those, again, the botched Norway deals and etc., that we talked about before. The UK's fisheries have lost around half of its usual cod catch as a result of the very disastrous deal with Norway last year, and warned that the Karelia, reported to be fishing over the weekend off Svalbard in the Barents Strait, in the Barents Sea, may have to be sold. Sir Barnaby, a former commander of the British Field Army, writing in the Yorkshire Post, said that was an obvious and immediate opportunity here that we can have and must take, and that should deprive Russia of a very, very valuable source of hard currency while benefiting the beleaguered fishermen of the Humber region. He said the government should stop imports of around the 20,000 tonnes of the frozen whitefish fillets and from Russia, and the UK negotiators should redouble their efforts to secure access to Greenland's fishing grounds in the current talks. He said that while we are, due to the treaty agreements that are almost 100 years old, we should still be able to fish off Svalbard. This represents only about a third of the Karelia theoretical annual capacity. You can't run a business on that. That would simply see good sense for our negotiators to make a very good effort right now to secure good access to Greenland's waters for UK fishing vessels, so that we can reduce or eliminate our reliance on the Russian fish. To do that, of course, all we have to do is offer tariff-free access to the UK market for Greenland's imports of shrimp. This is an important part of their economy, and we know how they would listen. Of course, that's obviously going to upset the shrimp farmers in the UK. He said that, quote, a fair deal with Norway was vital. Once again, Norway fisheries exports to the UK are worth hundreds of millions of pounds each year, most of which attracts no import tariffs whatsoever. And yet, UK vessels have since Brexit been effectively banned from their waters. In the next round of negotiations, the UK must not simply sell our crews and their families short as they have done in the past. Well, of course, that was always going to happen because of Brexit. The 200 million pounds we are currently sending to Russia should be kept here and not we should not be sending to Russia. We should be kept here at home, benefiting the jobs, investment in the northeast, and not Putin's Tsarist ambitions. So, overall, again, a very bizarre twist on this tale of, once again, somehow all this stuff just happens to link into Brexit. But there you go. But we've talked about this before. For the UK to really secure any good access to fishing waters, it would have to give up a lot of the so-called quote-unquote sovereignty that it cares so much about. But again, that's how modern trade deals work. You give up a bit of sovereignty, they give a bit of sovereignty. It's a bit of give and take. But no, the UK Brexiteers and the take that they are going for is that we cannot give up any sovereignty. We've got to hold complete 100%, and we can't be seen to do these deals because the public might react badly. After all, the fishermen were a central part of the Brexit campaign. Need we have to remind you about all the stuff that they did, mainly sailing down the Thames, of course, with Nigel Farage and Katie Ho, which I'm sure if the fishermen were to really know what would have happened, they might have pushed them over the side of the boats into the Thames to have a look at to see where they are now compared to where they were back then. And of course, this is never going to happen. And as I said at the beginning, if they were really clever about it, this could be theoretically spun into some sort of Brexit win, but they are never ever going to do it because, again, to do that, they would have to negotiate and go to the EU, which then asks the question of, well, if working with the EU is so good in this area, then why aren't we working with the EU in other areas as well? And once again, the whole Brexit argument gets blown wide open. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And of course, please do remember to hit that like and share button on your way out. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page and a one-off donation link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can buy me coffee. And of course, the YouTube subscriptions, memberships are open as well. So, as always, thank you everyone who does support the channel that way. Even if you do, just hit the like and share buttons. Like I say, every little helps. And of course, we'll see you all next time.